What's up? This is all from the phone, and guys, I know it's been a long time. This video is probably not gonna have any updates on the car. A lot of things have happened. I have some suspension issues. I have some mass airflow issues, like this thing. Just a lot has happened, guys. A lot of things that I just don't want to explain right now. But I do need to replace my alternator today, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to show you a quick how-to on how to replace the alternator on this car. It's very simple. Shouldn't take more than like a couple of hours at max. But yeah, this. All right, guys. First thing you want to do is take the negative cable off, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take this off. This is the radiator fan, and it's very simple to take out. You got two 10mm bolts, one right there, as you can see it, and then one over here. See it right there? It's very simple. You take those two out, and this slides right out. Let's do that real quick. One bolt. Two bolts. Gotta be very careful when you're pulling those out, guys, that you don't drop them. I do this for a living, so it's easier for me to do it. I'm trying to do this with one hand, but so yeah. Once you have those two 10s out, guys, it is very, very simple to take this out. It literally just slides out. But you're gonna disconnect this hose here. This goes for the overflow. And then down here, you gotta unplug your fan itself. Once you got that unplugged, look how simple this is. Oh, do I have like something else on unplug? Oh yeah, there it goes. I need both hands, guys, but look, once you take that off, it's coming loose. You're gonna have to wiggle around the radiator hose, the upper radiator hose, but I gotta use both hands. Give me 1 second. Alright, guys, as you see, radiator fan's out. I usually put the bolts over by the wiper blades. Just makes it easier for me to find later on. Some people don't like that because, oh, you'll lose them, but unless you have like some sort of magnetic tray, they sell those. But here's what it is, guys. You can put it up there. It's not a big deal. All right, so after you're done doing that, you're gonna disconnect your power wire going onto it, and then your voltage regulator plug. Take that off, and then once we have everything unplugged, I'm gonna take this belt off. All right, give me 1 second. This is a 10mm bolt. Or nut, whatever you want to call it. It's a nut. Not in a stud. Off. And then these clips, guys, pretty easy to take off. Toyota clips do tend to break sometimes, so you gotta be very careful with these, guys. But you're gonna push on this end here. So where my thumb is, you gotta push, see? And pull up. There she goes. And guys, on your car, you're probably gonna have some stuff like still in the way. I've deleted a lot of stuff on mine, so just get the wiring harness out of the way. I would suggest taking this one off too. This is the one for the AC clutch. I'm gonna have to take this one off too, unfortunately. This one, see if I can zoom in somehow. Let's see if I can focus on it for a second. Okay. All right. So on, see if I can come out this in 1 second, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get it so you guys can see it. All right. So this one unplugs by pushing this clip back here. You see it sticking out right there? I know it's like not the best focus. I'm trying to focus it. Right there. Okay. So you see this clip on the top? Right there? On the very top. Right here. You have to push that in and then this part comes out. Okay? So it's kind of tight in here. So try to get this. Here we go. I'm gonna need both my hands, guys. Give me 1 second. All right, that one is unplugged, and now you gotta unplug your crank sensor. This is the crank sensor one. Okay, same thing. Let's see. Yep. So right here, put your thumb on this one right here. You're gonna push down on this and then separate the two plugs. All right, guys. As you can see, once you got that all pulled off, you see how it comes nice out of the way? You can zip tie it or whatever you want to do to get it out of your way. I've done this so many times because I don't need a zip tie. I'm just gonna let it hang. But if you're more comfortable just getting it completely out of your way, you could just zip tie it like to the back there, like to your crossbar there, whatever you want to do it with. This works for CE models, S models. It's pretty much the same procedure, guys, to be honest with you. The layout on the XRS or the 1ZZ to the 2ZZ is very similar. There might be some differences, but they're very subtle differences. So if you're working on a 1ZZ, it's probably going to be the same thing. All right. I am going to try to put this back somehow and then get back on the video. All right, guys. So for mine, I just kind of tucked my my harness back underneath the strut bar there. So yours probably won't be that easy to, you know, maneuver. You see how there's like clips here. I don't even have anywhere to connect that stuff to anymore. So it's gonna be maybe a little different for you, but you can zip tie, do whatever you need to do to get that back so that it's out of your way. But for the next thing, I don't know if you see back there, but it looks like a socket fits on it, right? This is your tensioner. You see that one right there? That is a 19 millimeter socket. So you see how it's super tight in between the actual fender and the engine, the front of the engine. Well, you're probably gonna need a short 19 to fit over that. And what I would recommend you do is get a regular size 3/8, and you can get the end of a jack and use the pole as leverage to loosen the tension on the belt tensioner. So if you want to spend some money though, who wants to do that, right? I have this tool here. My wife put stuff on top of it. It's a gear wrench tool. I'll show you what it looks like. And guys, I'm a professional mechanic, so I have tons of tools and I need them for my job. So I know everybody doesn't have it, but I like to show you what I use. That way, if you're interested, you can purchase it. Anybody can purchase tools. And you don't need to be a professional mechanic in order to do jobs like this, okay? So this tool is pretty cool. It's got a ratcheting wrench here, okay? The ratcheting side is the side that you're gonna put whatever size it is that you need. So a lot of the American vehicles will use like a 3/8 end like this for the tensioner, but mine is a 19, so I'll use the 19 here. And then, as you can see, that's not very long. It gives you this to give you some leverage. See? And then once it's all together, it will look like this. Let me show you real quick. And guys, this makes the job so much easier, just because of how skinny this tool is. So if you can see, that's pretty skinny. If you had a socket and a ratchet on that, it would be so tight in between here to do anything. And this way, you don't have to worry about when you're putting the socket in there, it getting stuck in between the fender well and the engine, because that happens. But I'm gonna place it there just so you guys can see what it looks like, and then I'm gonna take the belt off. Okay guys, once you have whatever tool it is that you're gonna use, remember, I would recommend a short, excuse me, I would recommend, I don't know if anybody heard that in the video, but whatever. I would recommend a short socket with a regular 3/8 ratchet, and then you're gonna need something to leverage that with. But see how this tool gives me a lot of space in between. So let me get this on there and I'll show you what it looks like. Also, once you have it on, you're gonna pull towards you to loosen the belt. All right guys, you see it's on there, and you're gonna pull towards you. You can hear it releasing. It releases the tension on the actual belt. 1 second. Yep, got the belt off. You can just leave it right there. Just leave the tool on there. You don't need to move it. It ain't going nowhere. So I'd also just leave the belt as routed as possible. If you're gonna be replacing the belt, I would suggest you hang it somewhere. If you're gonna do it, like let's say you already have the belt, I would suggest you unwrap it from the little, it's gonna come in like a, more than likely it's gonna come in some sort of cardboard that's gonna keep it together and wrapped. Just take it out of that and hang it somewhere, like the night before you're about to do this. It will make installation a lot easier. Because if you keep it wrapped and then, like, let's say you have the belt, I mean, I know you can't always have the belt in hand, but if you do, I would just suggest that you hang it somewhere so that all the bends can, straighten out. That way when you're routing it, it's not stuck in one position. And it's very annoying when you're trying to route a belt and it comes off of pulley because it's stiff and you can't, it's a pain in the butt. So that's my recommendation. I'm not changing the belt because I've changed the belt on this thing like so many times. It's got I don't know, this belt probably has 10,000 miles on it, so I don't need to change it. But yeah, so that's just my little suggestion for belt changes. So yeah, this is going to be, looks like a 12 millimeter, and I think the bottom one is a 14 mil. I've done this so many times. I have an underdrive pulley on this, and I think the underdrive pulley kills these, man, unfortunately. But I don't know, race car, I guess. All in the name of race car, but it is what it is. So yeah, that's gonna be a 12, and then I believe a 14. If it's something different, I'll let you know. But here we go. All right guys, so I took off that top 12 millimeter bolt, and as you can see, like I said guys, I've done this so many times that this chuck is so loose. I want to say, if I remember correctly, this has been a little bit since I've done my alternator, I think my bottom bolt, my 14 millimeter bolt, has had it. I'm gonna probably have to buy a new one from Toyota because I don't think it's tightening all the way, because it's, the threads are jacked. I've taken it in, and out so many times, I think the threads are just toast. But when you take the 12mm bolt off the top, guys, yours will not be that loose, okay? It will more than likely just stay in the same position that it's at. Mine just fell forward just because the bottom bolt, I don't think is that tight. But once you have that bottom bolt on, you're probably gonna have to put, I won't have to, but I just wanna let you know, you're probably gonna have to do this. Get like some sort of flathead and push it out, because it probably will be stuck on that bottom bolt. So even if you have both bolts out, you're probably gonna have a little bit of a hard time pulling it out. But once you get it, you know, like some sort of pry bar or a flathead in between here and push this way, like towards you, this should come loose and then you can pull it out. So I'm gonna work on taking the 14mm bolt out of the bottom and then pull this thing out. All right, guys, as you can see, I was saying before, see if I can focus this in. I don't know why it struggles to focus so much. There you go. Those threads are cooked, bro. So probably gonna have to get one of these bolts from Toyota. To be honest, guys, I don't even know if I'm willing to even go that far to salvage this bolt. And once you have it in there and this bolt is like somewhat tight in there, that top bolt is really what saves you that 12mm on the top. So don't be too worried about it if your bolt is in the same situation, guys. Just get it in there. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but you can do it. The way I got this one out, guys, I had to use my regular ratchet with a mid-level, or I don't know what you want to call this, like a mid-range height socket with a 14mm bolt. This is a snap-on ratchet with a snap-on, just in case anybody was wondering. Not that it matters. This is what I regularly use, guys. The cool thing about this thing, man, is so much faster to work with, but in certain situations, guys, it's just way too thick compared. See how much thicker that is than the regular ratchet? So it works great when you have space to work with, but if you don't have a lot of space, you just gotta do it the old-fashioned way. So got it out. There it is. I'm going to switch over the pulleys and we should be good to go. Give me 1 second. All right, guys, I didn't show me taking this unorthodox racing pulley off, underdrive pulley off, because more than likely you're not gonna have one. So the crappy thing about this, guys, every time that I do an alternator, I have to take this off if I want to keep this, because you know there's cores, so you gotta give it back. So I just put the new pulley back onto the old alternator and just give it back like that. But it is a pain in the butt. It is a 24. Well, it's actually like a 23mm, really. I use my 24. It comes off, and the pulley just slides right out. It's not a big deal. It comes right off. So if you do have an aftermarket pulley, you can do it. That's how I do mine. 24mm. Pull this out. Pull the old, you know, your racing pulley, whatever you want to call it, onto your alternator, and then back on. So pretty easy, guys. I'm gonna go now in reverse order and we should be good to go. All right, give me 1 second. All right, guys, so when you have the new alternator set in place, just put this top bolt on, just so you're not fighting with it, trying to put the bottom bolt on. So put the top 12mm, start it, don't tighten it, start it, and then that way you can maneuver the alternator however you need to line up the other bolt at the bottom. You want to start the bolt first. Don't ever just place it there and try to like ratchet it in there, because that will cross thread that bottom bolt. When I purchased this vehicle, the first time that I took the alternator bolt off, unfortunately whoever had it before me that replaced the alternator stripped out that bolt, and that is why I have a pain in the butt bottom bolt.
So I just been lazy to not go to Toyota to get a new one, but I'm gonna have to this time around. I'll just probably um, tighten this top one and maybe put this bottom one in, or just leave the car like this until I can get another one because mine is just jacked. So I think I'm gonna have to take in the wife's car tomorrow to work, and luckily I work across the street from a Toyota. So, um, but yeah, so I'm gonna put this all back together, guys, and once I have it together, I'll show you how to put the belt back on. Again, guys, everything in reverse order. If you have the old belt, it's going to be much easier for you to put it on. And like I said before, guys, if you do use a new belt, make sure you hang it somewhere, um, and just get all those curves out of the belt before you put it on. It will save you some time, I promise. So I'm gonna just put this all back together, and then if I see anything that I might have missed, I will show you what I did.
All right, guys, so I got it back on. Bolt is on. Now all I need to do is connect everything and put my battery negative back on, put the fan back in, and should be good to go. Hopefully this fixes my problem. I'm gonna have some other work coming up, guys. I gotta fix my front end. I don't know if you could tell, the tire looks a little flat too, but this is like, it's got a pretty mean angle and it's eating the inside of the tire. So I gotta fix the camber on the front end. I hit a curb, I wanna say like 5 months ago maybe. And guys, honestly, I just lost all sense of like wanting to do anything with this car. Just a lot of stuff happening, guys. Like, I don't even want to go through all of it, but 2020, 2021 was not as easy as I thought it was going to be. Everybody's recovering from all sorts of stuff, COVID, and it's just been a mess. So this car has kind of, been on the back burner, honestly, because I just have more priorities than just this car. If you're new to this channel, I am a family man. I have 2 kids, so that takes up most of my time. And it's difficult for me to come out here and make videos for you guys because there's just a lot of stuff going on. Work's going great, family's great and all, but it's tough when you have kids and you're trying to do a YouTube channel, to be honest with you. It's not for the faint of heart. So I got some more videos coming up, guys. I'm sorry, this is like, I don't know, 12 months. When was the last time I made a video? I think I made a video in January. So I just wanted to do this quick little how-to for the alternator. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you are not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button, that like button. And guys, I promise I'm gonna try to get this car running as soon as possible. And who knows, maybe I give this car away to some subscribers. But anyways, future plans. This channel is not going anywhere. It's been a long, hard road. 2020, 2021 has been long and hard. So, no excuses though, guys. I'm going to try to make as many videos as possible. I still have my old engine over there. I still have a C60 over there. Yeah, I don't know. I might do a build video on those. I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I just wanted to post something so that you guys can have some sort of content. And if you don't, if this is the first time you see this video, there's a bunch of how-tos on my channel. I have one for the water pump, I believe. No, thermostat. And there's some other cool videos on my channel. Scroll through, check out my videos. And again, guys, I appreciate all my subscribers. I know a lot of you have been messaging me, hey man, we're gonna make another video about the car. It's just been rough, guys. But it's still here, it's still kicking, it still moves. Just little stuff that I have to tinker with to get it running right. But anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Peace.